Imagine your life turning into an unending nightmare where terrifying faces haunt you and the ticking of the clock becomes your worst enemy. A lost memory, mysterious secrets, and cryptic messages turn your world upside down. Who am I? What have I done? And why am I living this horror? Dive into a story that will make you question the boundaries between reality and illusion, and the price we pay for our mistakes. A tale filled with mystery, pain, and an inner struggle that you won't be able to put down. Stress, anxiety, and the state I've reached have made the ticking of the clock the most terrifying thing in my life. The sound of the clock's ticking makes me want to bang my head against the wall so hard that I've bled multiple times due to the nervous breakdowns I experience. Am I living in a delusion, as the doctor said? This is the question I ask myself every day as I see the terrifying face that appears to me everywhere, haunting me in my dreams and in reality. I always see it in the bathroom. I always see it whenever I look in the mirror. My nerves are shattered and I can't take anything anymore. I don't want to hear any sound. I am dying slowly. I wake up every day asking myself who I am. Is this my life, or am I living in a movie? Is there anyone who can endure what I've seen? I don't think any human can see what I've seen and still be breathing. I woke up one day not remembering anything. I kept asking myself who I am and what I am doing here, continuously looking around, unable to remember anything, until I put my hand in my pocket and found a piece of paper with the name Khaled written on it and a phone number underneath. I called him, and the first thing he said was, "Ah, finally, you remembered your old friend." I told him, "Help me, I've lost my memory and can't remember anything." He laughed dismissively and told me, "Go to the person for whom you sent away your friends and family. She will tell you what happened." He hung up, and I kept asking myself who this person was for whom I sent away my friends and family, until my eyes fell on a piece of paper placed on the nightstand next to the bed with just one sentence written on it. "Forgive me. It was too hard for me to be a mother. I couldn't bear it. I broke everything in the place. It's a difficult feeling not knowing who you are and what you've done. A complete breakdown, but to no avail. I went out to the street to find someone to help me. I met an old man as I was going down the building stairs. He asked me, 'What's wrong with you, son? Why do you look like this?' I told him everything, and I was surprised by his reaction as he laughed. When I asked him how he could make light of my words and laugh like that, he replied with a heart-wrenching response, 'I wish I were the one who had lost his memory so I could forget that my son abandoned me in the street, and I've been wandering the streets, knocking on doors for charity.' He said this, patted me on the shoulder with sympathy, and took me to see a doctor he knew. A lot of medications and daily memory exercises. I can't bear it, breaking down. I went out looking for the old man. He was the only one who knew my story, the only one I could open up to, the only one who could embrace me. I turned the world upside down looking for him, but couldn't find him. I had to go back to the doctor I was being treated by, who also introduced me to the old man. I asked him to put me in touch with him, only to be told that the old man had passed away. But that wasn't the shock. The real shock was when he told me, "How could you not attend your father's funeral? Suicide is now my only cure, but I'm a coward, unable to make the decision. Every time I put the knife to my wrist, I'm afraid to take my life." That terrifying face still appears even if the doctor tells me it's just hallucinations. I'm sure what I'm seeing is real. I made a big mistake, and I don't know what it is. What I'm seeing is a result of that mistake. Every day I break the clock into 100 pieces, but when I wake up the next day, I find it as it was. Every day I wake up to the sound of the ticking clock and keep banging my head against the wall until I bleed. It wants me to die. It is destroying my nerves. It is the reason for what I am going through.